Last time on Dice Fall and Everyone Dies.
My meats! Not my meats!
It was a 1.
Oh, no! Bread.
What?
I'm not mad, Bread. No, I'm just assuring Bread I'm not mad. This is just what my face looks like. She's going to bring her horse up next to Bread and go, get on.
Get on, bitch, we're going to shopping. Arms wrapped around Sthenos' waist, his hat or whatever he's got on, hair flowing in the breeze.
His head is gently caressing Sthenos' shoulder.
She is uncomfortable. Should I roll for how uncomfortable she is?
My dreams, I see you.
She's 20. She's nat 20 uncomfortable.
But in Bread's mind, it's just one of those...
Oh, God.
They're there. Shh. It'll be okay.
He might have overcharged Stheno.
She's walking back out the door.
Oh, God. Okay.
She is purposefully walking.
And we'll catch up next time.
She's going back to quarters and bits.
Welcome back. GM Chris here to crack open episode 11 with you. We have a bigger episode today, and so I only want to take a few moments to shout out about comments and ratings. iTunes does a lot of its discovery based on your number of episodes, ratings, and commentary. And listeners' time is precious, and folks who see our podcast will use comments and ratings to know the kind of crazy they're signing up for. So if you want to help out the podcast, help us grow, leave a rating and a comment on our iTunes and Podchaser pages for when we drop episodes. Links are down in the podcast description below. It really does help out. So, who wants to listen to Stheno strangle a halfling? Everyone? You see, that's why we get along. Imaginary violence. Welcome back, everyone, to another episode of Dice Fall and Everyone Dies. I hope everyone is rested and recovered since our last episode. I know we have some fun and querulous bits getting ready to go. Let's go ahead and check in on everyone today. Taffy, how are you?
As good as I'm gonna be, I guess.
And Stheno? I sense fiery rage building up. What about Demos?
All good.
And he who shall rise, Bread?
I'm hungry.
For justice.
No, just food.
Mostly me.
Oh, right. Yeah, you lost all that tail, so...
That beautiful tail.
Well,
That delicious
I think
tail.
got some.
Phrasing?
So when we last left off, y'all had extracted y'all's new warg puppies, Greaves and Luna, had finished picking out their collars, as well as discovering that Voz's bookshop did not have quite as many scrolls of mending as y'all would have liked to have larcened/leave payment for, at least by Taffy's definition. And as you were meeting back up and on your way, Demos had dropped an interesting snippet of information that he had realized. That while Stheno was purchasing the leads and dealing with the wonderful Crink Twiddleton, salesperson extraordinaire and owner of Quarters and Bits, that y'all had paid full price. And y'all were expecting at least a 5% discount. And I think that might be contributing to someone's unbridled, undying rage.
Yeah, probably.
So, Stheno, what you gonna do about it?
The halfling has swindled his last customer.
Oh my.
We're going.
So you're heading right back over to Quarters and Bits from...
100%, yeah. She is. She's pissed.
Demos
Like, she is at full March stomp, and I'm pretty sure, if I recall correctly, she's still in full armor, and she's got her sword.
So,
She's not itching for it, but she might have her hand on the hilt of her war flail.
Demos is following exactly behind her, still holding the little warg. Did we leave those with the goblins, or?
No, we still have them.
We got them. Okay, so it's like, it's okay, everything's alright, you don't have to...
It's not!
No, it's okay.
He's a thief, like all of them.
there is this
No,
stomping
that's
that's
not good.
occurring. So, Bread and Taffy, as soon as this bit of conversation comes out of Demos, you saw Stheno go rigid for a moment, her back go entirely straight, and about heel face turn, and immediately takes a left down the street at this full stomp. Like, if you almost feel the pavers shaking just a little bit as the rattle of the armor announces and ricochets off the sides of the buildings. Just a stomp, stomp, stomp going down.
I imagine they're like villagers walking around and they're just like, out of the fucking way, here she comes.
Stheno finds herself on the warpath, but what do you two want to do?
This ain't my business.
Well, I'm gonna go along. And see what
All
happens.
right, if Bread's
Maybe
going,
help.
I'm going.
Come witness.
Maybe do some helping.
You worried about the halfling?
We'll see.
It's amazing what happens when you go ahead and roll a 1 on someone's perception check for an NPC. It's going to be great because you would think that a stomping warrior in heavy armor would be something you'd notice as all of a sudden it would come up to the shop, and that as the silhouette is cast upon the window, that it would be a customer that you would recognize, that you might have just had in, but maybe instead they're busying about the shop,
I have
making
a
sure that
I have a
stock
question.
is done. Yes.
Does the assistant shopkeeper see us?
That was a group perception
Oh
check.
no.
They have missed it completely.
And everyone outside the shop has kind of moved away, made a little bit of a buffer. And Stheno, you find yourself in front of the door. What is your
She
option?
slams it open.
So not a kick open, but just kind of an open slam in.
Yep. Like ricochets off of the inside wall a little bit.
Be nice to the door.
So the bell that normally would signal your
Oh.
entrance not only rings, but then flies off and hits the side of the wall. Falls down. The two assistants and Crink swivel their heads immediately, just like they almost got whiplash. And then all of their eyes go huge. They look and they stammer for a few moments as though, one, they didn't quite well expect you to be there for a moment. But then Crink is going to see if he can muster up a little bit of courage to try to diffuse what appears to be a very unhappy customer who has just walked in. But before he does so, is there anything that Stheno wants to enter in with their physical statement as well?
She's not going to say anything, but she's going to look Crink in the eye and just point at him. Like full extension.
Like the evil monkey from Family Guy.
Yes!
Jumps out of the bridge. Dun dun dun.
Yes.
Why, yes, my lady. Welcome back. I see you have a point to make. What can we do for you now?
By the name of my family, you have swindled me.
Wait, what do you mean?
I think she means by the 15% that we're supposed to get off on all goods.
Roll a diplomacy check on that.
That's a natural 18. So that's 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24.
Well, peasant's daughter,
Oh.
it's actually...
You speak to her like that?
I'm gonna ready a spell.
Well, so here's the thing.
No.
You're still in the
No.
peasant's daughter's clothes. You haven't changed yet. It's actually a 5% discount, and
What
Let
the
me-
hell did he
let me
roll?
check my books right quick and see. Oh, you've done actually several purchases here in last time. Let's remember, looks don't translate.
I know. She's just slowly raising her eyebrows. And her grip, she has the one hand pointing at him, but it's her not dominant hand. Her dominant hand is on her war flail, and she's about ready to pull it out.
Taffy readies a spell.
Okay. Let's not do the fighting. Let's get this settled peacefully. We were supposed to receive a discount, that we didn't. So we're just coming by to correct it.
And the Corvosan's chewing on some complimentary cheese and crackers he found in the corner.
We're not actually sure if they're complimentary.
Oh, they are when you have a sword.
Wait, Wait, are we robbing the store?
Right in the corner.
No, it's
So-
complimentary.
Yeah.
I have a sword.
It's a free sample.
So Brad walks over to where there's some of the summer sausage and one of the little cheese wheels right next to where one of the assistants is, and he just pulls out a very sharp dagger and starts cutting off pieces of the sausage, and then he's cutting into the cheese simultaneously. What's going on? The assistant gives Brad this sidelong look, and it's that look that you see on customer service folks' faces of just like, what on Galarion are you doing? And then Brad just kind of points the dagger towards Stheno, and then the assistant nods.
See? Samples.
Now let it be known that Crink Twiddleton is a purposeful swindler. Now, that was just an accounting error on our part, and I think we can solve this. Let's go ahead and get you that 5% discount immediately right here.
I would like you to make it 10.
Roll the difference.
I need my button so I can hand that in.
Yeah,
Everyone's gotta
Medvic, pay up.
Be careful.
God damn.
Medvic
Oh, no.
may be taking more than you think.
13.
All right, everyone with their buttons now. And one returned from the gnome who thinks that the button that she just would have received
need
is
a
worth
little
a diplomacy
assistance.
check.
With that diplomacy check.
Why are you looking at
Hold
me,
on.
'Cause
Stheno's
you're
and
a-
intimidate? Well,
let me-
actually,
let me
can I roll
try.
an intimidation to assist?
So that may not be necessary. Let's go ahead and see what's happening on this part, because
Let me try.
Stheno's got some hard intimidation happening. Damos hasn't done anything yet. Bread's getting a snack.
14.
Is that your roll, or is that your total modifier?
That's with my total.
Okay. So with
Bonus to her intimidate then.
I haven't even rolled an intimidate.
correct, the slamming of the door was a very successful intimidate action. Again, Crink Twiddleton will also be known as magnanimous. 10% sounds just about right to fix this scenario. Let's see, what did we have last time? We had the lead, as a few other good bits. Let's see, so that was approximately, how much did I charge y'all again?
I think it was like a couple
Jay's
silver.
gonna have that information. I'm not sure I...
I think it was 1,000,000 gold, so just give us 10% of 1,000,000.
No.
I didn't write it down.
I bought a medicine kit, the leash kits, and... Yeah, the leash kits and the medicine kit.
So the medicine kit's the fun one. So the medicine kit should have been, its base was 5 gold. So if you spent the 5 gold for
He
that,
did. Or they did, yeah.
Yeah, I spent...
then that's really where it's coming in. So because of that purchase, y'all should be getting...
Because I think it was like the silver, or the leads
think it
were
was
only
like
like a couple silver.
3
and
or 4 silver for each of the
then, and
lead
then the
sets.
medicine kit was 5
5 gold.
gold, yeah.
So Crink takes a look at it, and especially seeing the medicinal kit of what he's about to get back out is like totally the price of the silver. He realizes exactly that he should have thought about this discount beforehand, because he could have just given the leads in a way for that and just did a full return on that. But that's fine. What he's going to go ahead. You see him pulling together he flips open the book, double checks the amount. You see his eyes go wide again as you get that, oh crap, I just made a mistake look on his face. And it's like, and he pauses. Give me a perception check on the pause.
Natural 20. 25.
You see him for just a moment think about trying to find a way to weasel out of the amount of coin he wants to bring back.
She's going to take a step closer to him.
You're going to say anything for it?
No.
His eyes go up. Ah, yes, let's see. So that was for the 2 lead sets as well as a healer's kit for all of that good work that you do up in the Hell Knight Hill.
You know, in the council building that we saved the lives of everyone that was inside. You know.
Oh, you're that taffy.
Yeah.
Oh.
Do you have any others in town?
No one quite near as salty sweet as this one. Let's see, so the total purchase of that was 5 gold and 4 silver, which means we should go ahead and be getting back. Let's go ahead and just make it a solid gold right back here.
Wonderful.
And
Awesome.
I was going to make you throw up all day if you didn't. So, just so you know.
Your assistance is appreciated, Toffee.
Did you really tell?
Nope. It's just the way it sounds. It's literally just a choir voice with the soft palate listed. It's just how it comes out.
But I hope that brings our business to a satisfactory conclusion.
Wonderful.
For now.
Yeah, that works.
I just rolled that. I didn't roll it for any reason other than I just wanted to roll it.
She's going to snap that gold right out of his hands, and she's going to plop it in Damos's hands.
And then one of the assistants comes up and kind of nudges Crink Twiddleton's attention towards Bread.
I would have you not do that right now. I'll pay for his. 1 silver.
Excellent. The family-sized portion for winter is perfect. It's great.
I cast Call of the Grave.
What?
No!
What does that do?
It makes him puke all day.
Oh my god!
It actually gives him the sickened ability or
No.
modifier.
Oh, that's
Alright.
a thing we just did.
It doesn't hurt him. He just gets sick. He can't do anything like any saves or anything. But
So there's no saves to it whatsoever. Do you have to do it to hit?
let me pull it up. Give me a sec. No, it's my focus spell.
Well, typically to apply a status effect, you need to do either a roll to hit or a direct save.
2
on the target.
action, semantic verbal. Targets 1 living creature. You fire a ray of sickening energy. Make an attack roll spell. Okay. In that case, I rescind that ability. God damn it.
What? You don't want to do an aggressive attack action against a townsperson to be spiteful?
Odoxy.
If it was just like and he was puking, then it would be one thing. But if it's like an actual ray people can see,
Yeah.
no. She's going to very quietly, very firmly say, "You cannot call me Taffy from now on. It's Tafaxi Odaxi to you always. Goodbye." And she just walks out.
Okay. Okay, Bread, get out of the corner.
What's Bread going to do?
He's gonna leave. He's just gonna follow.
Good.
I think I need to make an alignment check.
Stheno's going to about face right out of the building.
Because she's not going to save his building if it burns, even if he's in it.
We can tie him up and then burn it down.
No, she won't do
All
So
that.
of
Bread, do
you
you
are
take the
off.
cheese
No.
and summer sausage with you?
She insulted her or the store clerk
However
insulted
much was
her
paid for. family.
So
All of it.
All of it was. Oh, then yeah. Yeah.
Give
Give me that cheese. Give me that sausage. I need all that.
Does it have
So-
crackers with it?
Better be.
Do you supply your own bread?
Like, oh, this was way too much money. Okay, I'll take it.
So as you're getting down and you're realizing the size of sausage that you started on with was probably about a 5 silver worth piece of preserved sausage that you would have over the course of the winter.
Oh well.
And then the cheese wheel that you
It's a
began
big
cutting
Scott.
from,
Skyrim like size cheese wheel.
yes, was the full-blown artisan size cheese wheel.
Okay, so how does thievery work whenever you're being viewed by everybody?
It's
Well-
not thievery because I paid for it.
Well, I mean that's like paying $1 and saying, "Okay, I'll take this car now."
I mean, if you were accompanied by somebody at the car dealership with a big great sword, they might consider that.
Luckily, I don't think you're a champion, which is always positive.
No.
So, well, it depends on the context you want to run into. In this case, we would say it's probably closer to a negotiation more than anything.
Okay, but see, that's charisma. I don't have that. I have thievery.
I have
But we
and
already got you the
apparently
food, didn't we?
Well-
Did you just want to like randomly grab something on the way out?
Do you just want to like carry it out, like
Yeah.
confidently?
Yeah.
I'd
she
just
paid
do it.
for it. Like
Okay, I'll do it. I'll do it.
he didn't say no.
I'll do it.
He just insulted her family.
I'll do it. And when he does it, he's gonna look very. I'm gonna assume. Let's all just assume that he has like a cloak, right? And he's gonna bring the cloak over, and just kind of slowly making eye contact with the store owner.
Shopkeep?
He's gonna just kind of tuck it in behind
Bread, we're leaving.
and walk slowly out.
So y'all get out the door. The poor assistants, y'all hear the door quietly close behind. The assistants take and they go finally fish around for the bell, and they finally get the bell and stuff back up on there. And
Is there a
then
dent on the bell?
there's a little bit of a dent on the bell.
Yeah.
And then the assistants kind of look at each other, stupefied. They look towards Crink Twiddleton. And never an unsatisfied customer.
Mm-hmm.
All right, so y'all have your leads. Y'all have returned to town.
Bread has so much cheese and meat now.
Gonna be constipated for days.
Well, it's probably
This is why
better for
Aaron
you
had
than the
left
dragon
us.
tails. The lizard tail thing. Ew.
They were turtles, I think.
Oh,
Well, they were turtle-like.
it's
Have
not
you ever had
any
turtle
better.
soup? Probably not.
Never.
No.
This is to replace
Never.
what you got stolen by wargs.
Yeah, we killed that warg. You could have like gutted it and taken your tails back.
Damn it, I could have.
Oh,
Damn it.
It would have been slightly digested.
Oh!
No! Ew! No.
Survival of the fittest.
I mean, we're obviously the fittest ones, but still.
Stomach acid is such a good marinade and tenderizer.
Why do you know that?
I'm
I'm a
kind
ranger.
of with Demos in this one.
Oh, crap.
When you're a ranger, you have to do things you don't necessarily think.
Can I just say something, Zach? Like, specifically on recording, I love Red's voice, and it kind of reminds me... Do you remember when Batman Begins first came out?
Yeah.
And everybody was making those parody videos of Batman? That's what it reminds me of.
But in the best possible way.
What a 100% lovely way.
So y'all eventually make your ways back to the Wizard's Grace. Now, with Demos's new healer's kit, do we want to go ahead and
yes,
utilize
please.
the treat wounds action?
Please.
Yes.
When do we level
How many
up?
hit points do you have?
Right now I'm at 10, which isn't so bad, but that's like half my health.
You've definitely been at worse.
I've definitely been at worse.
Okay, let's utilize that. What do I need to do for that?
So treat wounds is roughly a 10-minute action, so it takes 10 minutes to treat one person.
Okay.
And you can treat a person every 10 minutes with your healer's kit. And you have to, since you're trained in medicine, you can do so at a DC 15. Now, if you get 25 or higher, you can critically succeed at this, which will increase the amount of HP that is done. So go ahead, for everyone who needs healing, do a
Brad, what you got?
medicine check.
Okay.
No. How many hit points do you
Oh.
have?
I have 6 out of 19.
Okay.
Dang.
I'm going to be sitting and working on these ding dongs for a while.
All right, let's start
Hey,
with
who you
bread.
calling a ding dong?
Okay, start with bread.
Cusco.
Well, that was
Cusco.
just- let me give you a...
Who you calling a
Is this
ding-dong?
worth a button? I got a 3.
Oh, good. 3.
You-
It's just
I don't
fails. I
believe
don't
you'll
think-
damage them,
You just
So
wrap
magic
them up with a
numbers is it.
bandage.
but it also means that they can't be treated for at least an hour again. So,
You just gave
So
a
can I
butterfly
swap
kiss
the
to
button?
Brad's wound.
so
That
who do you want to try
tickles.
treating next?
let's try Taffy.
All right.
Let's try a different dice that might act nicer. I got a 3.
Oh my.
Oh my gosh.
Like, it's a 6 with my plus, but like, I'm just gonna like
I'm
sit
gonna
down and go,
sleep
okay,
it
it's been a
off.
day. I will
So-
try this later.
Do you
And-
want to give Stheno a try with this d20? Because she's down 5 hit points.
Why don't we just rest?
Okay.
Like, what do we...
We were planning on doing that anyway, I think. But this will
14.
just make it easier for when we heal.
So it looks like as Demos is trying to begin treating y'all's wounds, that they're not fully familiar with their healer's kit yet. But including the +1, if I remember correctly, buff that comes from using a healer's kit to treat wounds that I don't
Oh, I
believe you
get a
factored in.
+1? No, I
It's
didn't.
an item bonus.
Okay, so I got 15 for that one.
So finally, Demos reads the instructions. Oh! And then does 2d8s of healing.
Oh, wow.
Oh, dang.
To
Who rolls
Stheno.
that? Me or?
Demos does.
Oh.
Yep, it's those.
So you're getting 2. His dice.
11.
Oh, cool.
Oh,
I only
wow.
needed 5.
Okay, once I get going, this will be great.
All right, so now, is there anything else that y'all wanted to complete before resting?
I'm going to eat some soup.
Yeah.
Ooh, soup sounds good.
Soup.
How many days has it been since Stheno sent that letter?
Hey, Bread, can I have some of that meat and cheese to go with the soup?
Oh,
No,
she
we're
checked
gonna
on
eat
that
some of
like
that
this morning.
with this
didn't
meat
she?
and cheese.
Sounds
Yeah.
good.
Okay.
Okay.
So we split the meat. Or, well, I don't want the whole thing. I just want a little bit. You've got, like, enough for a whole winter.
Somehow I have this suspect feeling that it'll last you approximately 3 days.
That's a good feeling.
So as everyone finishes their resting,
Wait.
Mhm.
Can Deimos go ahead and try again on Taffy? Because I want to make sure that she's healed to full.
After you've eaten,
Yeah.
I can try on both of them again.
all right, go ahead and try one more.
We're all gonna go get dinner together.
Yes.
16 for Taffy.
Shit, yes. So 2d8, right?
Yep, 2d8. 10.
Yay, I'm full.
Okay.
And for bread,
9.
bread is still feeling a little soggy.
Aw.
We'll try
This
in the
time he
morning.
gave you 2 butterfly kisses.
We'll try in the morning. Sleep it off.
Sleep some of it off, yeah.
Rub some dirt in it.
Nothing like parasites and microbes.
Says the guy who talked about getting tail meat out of the gut of a
Hold on,
warg.
let me see how much, because we're
It's
just going to
clean.
bed. Let me see how many spells I have left.
In a way,
I have one
I'm
spell
shaking
left.
my
I'm
head.
gonna use, Soothe on him.
Excellent. Go ahead and roll the d10 plus 4.
So I have a question. How does Deimos soothe us? Does he like stroke our faces? Does he pull out his instrument and play a little ditty?
I need you
It's
to
okay.
nod for a
It's
moment.
okay.
Where is my
Everything will be
D10?
okay.
He just pets everybody's faces.
Oh,
Wait, do
mommy.
you play a lute?
I miss you, mommy.
Okay, you get 10.
Oh my god.
Oh, you got 10. Oh, nice.
Oh,
Okay.
okay. I'm at 16.
What's your health? 19, you said?
Mm-hmm.
I'll do a medicine on you again later.
When do we level? Because I need more.
That's a
XP.
good question, Chris.
We've done a lot.
Are we still level 1?
You are still level 1.
Jesus Christ.
I've calculated your XP, and I believe y'all are sitting at about 850 net XP presently. Y'all need to get to 1,000 to level. So
Cool.
it's good. It's
Just
great.
gonna
y'all
go
are all
kill a lot of
back up
things.
at full HP at this point, because when you rest, you go ahead and get your Constitution modifier plus your level.
Do we get any XP for intimidating
I was only
shopkeeps?
down 1 HP.
That's a good question.
That is a good question.
No.
So, the next thing I'll need for y'all as y'all start your day
Notoriety.
and you prepare your spells, demos, make sure that their loot is strung. What do y'all want to do with the warg puppies?
I'm
Eat them.
Well, get the leads on
Kidding.
them and...
They're just so cute that you have to devour their
Taffy
cute little
sits there
faces.
with
No.
the biggest eyes, water on the edges, just as if she was gonna cry. Why would you eat Luna?
Because you look so tasty.
I can't with you anymore.
Going to spend the morning,
So
like,
Luna's
eating
still,
little
like-
morsels.
She's so cute, I just want to eat her all up.
It's like get
Okay,
breakfast.
I can
and
understand
eat
that.
Steno's gonna take Greaves from Deimos, and she is gonna take Greaves with her. She's gonna lead her. She's gonna give her some food.
Taffy's gonna follow Stheno.
Make
and
sure they get their
use
walkies.
Steno's example.
All right, so we'll go ahead and condense all of the puppy training preparatory into a couple nature checks right here. So,
Oh, a nature check montage.
Yay!
Yes. So for this aspect
I
of
have
training,
nature, cool.
y'all need to beat a DC 15.
Do y'all need any help? I am
Yeah,
Can
I
we
would
get
because
the
I'm
thing
not
that does
trained
the
in
things.
nature.
with the
Neither
natures.
am I.
So
Okay.
who do you want to have be the one who does this?
I have nature +4.
I have nature +4 as well.
Can Bread assist me while I roll?
He can.
Okay.
Can the two of them assist me when they're done?
Yes.
Cool.
How much do I get of assistance from Bread?
It is +2.
That's a 9.
So Luna is a little rambunctious,
A bad puppy.
consistently
How
pulling at
dare you?
her lead, and as you try to do things like take her on the lead, do walks, she's consistently pulling, chasing after different things. It's cute while you're at this age, but when you still remember that she has sharp serrated teeth that could still go through bug
How many
carapaces,
rolls are we doing?
you're getting one a day for this one.
Feck.
And so Luna is being very much a wolf puppy. But Greaves. Roll for Greaves.
Oh, I rolled a 15, and those two are going to assist me.
Mm-hmm.
So that's a 19.
Can I just have Stheno?
The assistance is just +2 one time, so it's
Okay,
17.
so 17.
Can I have Stheno train Luna too?
Not today. All right,
I need
and
to up
then
my nature.
Greaves seems to kind of take to the structure a little bit more rapidly than Luna. Definitely kind of interpreting Stheno's attitude a bit more as a alpha female type scenario.
Ooh, sorry.
And Greaves is much easier to handle for the morning. And Luna just basically ripped a hole into the side of Taffy's sack and ate out all the meat in there. It was great.
She's a puppy.
Deimos just going to gently come by and pick her up. It's like, no.
I can't go back to that shop. He's an asshole.
And Stheno's going to give Greaves a very nice firm pat on the head for a good day of training and a piece of boar sausage. Along with, obviously, her breakfast.
You can definitely tell that Greaves is properly food motivated.
Mm-hmm. All good dogs are.
So, y'all have prepared your morning material. Y'all have feasted, breakfasted. Even Bread is moderately satisfied with his morning meal. What would y'all like to do now?
Are you sure? Because Bread kind of eats like he's got a hollow leg.
He has a lot of cheese and sausage.
Once you go to prison, you never pass up a meal.
Have you been to prison?
Yes.
That explains a lot. Cool.
It does.
Yeah,
That means you know how to make shivs, right?
What?
What?
The answer to that is technically yes.
I'm really more skilled in soothing an angry orc every once in a while. You have to when you've been in prison.
Never
Is
mind.
that
but
your only
Taffy,
personality
that's not
quirk?
something you ask people.
I've heard of this book called Tusked Love. Is it something like that?
No.
Sorry, never heard of it.
There's a back deep part of Bread's memory of having passed that up on the library shelf at some point. It was just shared around the cells. And the scribbled margins of it is just a training book.
Oh my god.
It's horrible.
Anyway, so we're heading back to Castle All-Terrain now.
How many mounts are you going to want to use today?
Oh, God.
Can we get him a mount?
You
Yeah.
So
can.
he's less weird.
It'll be an additional silver.
I will
That's
pay the
fine.
additional silver. I am
I just
paying
crave
it.
human companionship sometimes.
No.
I'm sorry.
No.
I can't help it.
No.
So with
So lonely.
Oh.
Go spend
Upon-
time with Taffy.
I'll ride next to Bread.
On your writing dog.
On my riding dog.
So 3 horses and a riding dog later, y'all are up at the encampment where you now see that there are even more goblins.
How many are there in your tribe?
Who are you asking?
Warble, probably.
So Warble tunnels all up to meet you. Welcome back. We found even more. Well, I guess they found us. Oh, how many are in the tribe? You lose count after a while. Normally Helwig keeps track of that. We're just trying to make sure that they realize what's the difference between camping gear and human stuff. It's hard for them when they're not used to it to make a difference between the two.
It's fine.
But that pot has been coming fantastically handy. Would you like to go ahead and try a little bit of today's leftover
Yes.
breakfast? Excellent.
I'm
This
good.
one is eggy goblin mash.
Oh.
I love them.
And they bring up a bowl, and you're not quite sure what's making up the greenish yellow coloration, but you can see what appear to be like little bits of egg and a couple different kinds of potentially vegetables.
I mean, what's the worst they could be doing? Feeding us poison?
Give me a fortitude save.
Oh, no.
Yeah, okay.
All of us?
I'm not eating it.
Oh, I'm definitely.
I am not.
Everyone who partakes.
Got a 9.
Oh, that's a 19, naturally.
Wait, fortitude, sorry.
I'm trying to do math in my head. 23.
15.
Stheno has a very strong stomach.
So Stheno's
24.
iron gut and even Taffy's sense of taste this time are just like earthy, eggy. You're not quite sure if that's a root vegetable or if it's something akin to either an onion or a potato, but it's that pickly twang at the end of it that just made it weirdly interesting.
Stheno really likes this stuff.
Deimos is not going to eat any of it ever again.
Deimos is the friend that doesn't like pickles.
Yeah.
So every time you order something, they're like, remember, he's like, remember not to put pickles on it. Except, like, sometimes it happens, and then Deimos is just like, I can't eat this, it had pickles. And you're like, just take it off. And he's like, no, it's contaminated.
It still tastes like pickle.
And it's like, you're dramatic. Spoilers, this is exactly what Jules is like.
No, I can handle if the pickle was there. I just don't want it there in the first.
What if the juices have like kind of absorbed into the food a little bit?
I don't mind the pickle juice. It's just I do not want pickles on there in the first place because, like, it's usually on burgers and it's like pickles and ketchup and it's just a horrible taste. Ah.
So you find yourselves now at Castle Alterain, at your encampment with the goblins. From what you can count, you're probably looking at about 20 or so members interacting and doing things about the area. It looks like around the campfire they've drug over a couple logs and set some stuff up there. You can see where they've kind of hollowed out a couple areas for sleeping rows, so to speak. It's turning itself into its own almost near permanent encampment on this hillock outside. What would y'all like, and how would you like to approach Castle Alterain, aka Hell Knight Hill, today?
I mean, going through the front door, I would
So there
imagine.
So when you go in the front door, there's that little, like, entryway. Were there 2 doors in that entryway?
Yes, both of the the doors in the entryway lead to the same hall, but at 2 different locations of the hall.
Why don't we go in that way and then go the opposite door?
So when y'all enter into the hallway with the slightly tilted frames, courtesy of Wimble, of course.
Who is it that we were searching for right this second?
The cultists. Well, we're cleaning out the main floor, and then
Then we're going to go downstairs and clean out the cultists.
yeah.
Okay.
We should probably actually get on that as soon as we can, because we've been dilly-dallying a little bit.
A little. Let's clear out the first floor first.
So at mid-morning, y'all enter into the hallways. Wimble is again doing his happy dance, walking across every single one of them,
Today
hopping
he looks
from each
like-
one.
Christopher Walken.
Yes.
So Wimble Walken is...
But like Christopher
Wimble Walken is
Walken,
walking.
cowbell age. Like
Yes.
that time frame.
Yes.
Since he can't escape it. He never will.
So y'all come up to another very similar door that you've seen before that you think enters into one of the fortification areas that's used in case the castle is assaulted.
Oh, and Stheno's going to draw her sword.
Oh yeah. And Taffy's gonna
As you move up, you almost seem as though the eyes of one of the dour-faced Hell Knights, slightly tilted, is somewhat watching you. And as you get to the door, you find that this one appears to be locked.
Demos.
I'm coming. Hold on.
Or bread.
No, I can do this.
Can you?
Haven't I before?
Mm.
Okay, I'm going to try to lockpick it. 20.
So as you're beginning to move and check this one out, you get through first the bolted aspect of it, and so you brought out a couple of your tools you use and you were able to get the bolt undone. And then as you were feeling around, you also felt that something was shoved up against it, and so with a little bit of assistance from Stheno, you're able to get it open just enough for Taffy to originally squeeze through. And if you take a little more time on it, you can get it to where even the rest of you are able to fit through.
Taffy's not gonna squeeze through until after it's open enough for everyone else. She's
Okay, so I just
actually
need to-
learned her lesson a little bit.
Has she?
A little.
I need to roll it again to see if I can get all the way open.
She's still looking for a spell to make people
So
shit
you
their pants
definitely
on
have the
protect
door
from this.
unlocked now, but you would need to roll again to, if you want to quietly get stuff out of the way, go thievery. If you want to just move the stuff out of the way, you can go with an athletics.
I don't have athletics, so we're doing thievery. 6.
So you try to get the door open further, and you just hear the banging against the stuff that's on the other side.
Whoops. Sorry, guys.
Stheno's going to shove the door open.
Kick down the door.
All right, give me an athletics.
Cool beans. 24.
So you shove the material out of the way, and as you enter in through this door, you see it leads into a dingy room littered with toppled bunk beds and broken furniture. There's doors to small but more private bed chambers, and these hang along the western and southern walls of the room. There are bed frames stacked on top of each other, as though it's some sort of bed fort, and there's filthy and ripped bedding draped all over the top of the form to make the ceilings and walls for this impromptu bed fort.
So what, like a pillow fort? But beds?
Made out of bed frames.
Weird.
Ominous. Can
Flammable?
we do like a perception check to see what's going on there?
Sure, give me a perception check.
13.
So from what you can see, there are definitely signs of habitation. Recent habitation as well. Some humanoid figure has likely been using this area and has stacked up all of these beds. So you have to imagine this room is about 30 foot in kind of lengthwise with a few interesting angles to it. So this fort is kind of like in the middle of the entirety of the room.
Can we see inside the fort?
You cannot see inside the fort. What would you like to do?
Stheno's just gonna call out. Hello?
Give me another perception check.
I'm gonna ready a spell.
23.
I'm gonna cast Dancing Lights.
I got 18.
Over the fort.
It is eerily quiet.
Like, that quiet when you know there's something there, or... You're not gonna tell me that much.
It is eerily quiet. It was perfect spot to bring on a music cue.
Dancing lights. Up on like the four corners of the fort.
Okie doke. So the illumination is now brighter in the room. There was some illumination from the windows that were there, but it is now not quite daylight, but you don't need low light to have pretty clear vision. But as you can see, the bed fort itself, from the angle from where y'all are at, you can't see through it, but you can definitely see that it looks like it's covering all of the sides with cloth.
Okay.
I'm gonna send...
Let me go ahead and do this.
Okay.
Stheno's gonna step up to it and using, like, the tip of her sword, try to, like, move the blanket that's covering the front around.
Okie doke.
So she can, like, open it up and see what's going on.
As soon as you open it up
With her sword.
with your sword, that is when a broad-eared, furry-headed creature with an almost canine-like nose but blunted and pointy teeth, wielding a dagger,
Oh, what the crap?
The fuck is that?
The furry.
Does it speak common? Because I want to be its friend.
reaches out and lunges at you with their dagger.
You might not be its friend for much longer.
And so it's going to get this one action, it's this one attack.
Cool.
And while I am looking that up, everyone do
Roll
your perception checks.
Oh, are we just using mine? That I rolled initially, or...
We can.
Cool. Because that was 23, that was really good.
Got 19.
Got a 21. And I'm gonna designate this dude as my target.
You need to use an action for that, right?
I don't know. It just says designate. Oh, I guess yeah, it is an action.
20.
And what was Demos's?
19.
Okay.
Rolling high, guys. Rolling high.
Wait, it's 20. I don't know why I can't do math. It's literally a 15. Plus 5.
So what you initially took as a dagger appears to be more akin to that of a short sword. And it takes, with both of its hands, it lunges out towards you in its strike. Stheno, what is your AC?
18.
By having held your sword out, you're just barely able to deflect its strike to the side as it's moving forward. It's then, utilizing the last action of its turn, going to attempt one additional strike in its off-balanced position. And you're able to take your elbow and prevent the strike from getting close. You see what is obviously a form of goblinoid, but not a regular goblin. with wide eyes and a mix of terror and determination on its face looking at you. It's your turn.
Is it intelligent?
You want to use an action to do a recall knowledge?
No. Oh God. Sid, those faces don't translate.
Taffy is looking at it with hard eyes and turns to look
Why?
at Stheno. 'Cause it's a fluffy goblin.
Oh God. A regular goblin is cute enough.
Yeah, but the fluff hides the fact that they don't have lips.
What is it with you and lips? Stheno's gonna attack.
All right.
Yeah, she's gonna power attack too.
All right. Do it.
Mostly because this shit just lunged at her. Oh, well, it is a 16.
Because it was off balance, you hit.
Oh.
Cool.
It's okay, probably won't murder him instantly.
I mean, it is 2d12.
Oh.
11.
11? It is still up as you bat it away to the side, and so it takes just like a quick step back, but not like a full 5-foot step back from you. As the impact of your blow definitely takes a good chunk of its HP out, and you have one action left.
Now she's gonna try and recall knowledge.
Okie doke.
What is that?
So you can go with nature, you could go with society.
I'll do society, I've got that. It's a 22.
You recognize that this is a bugbear, and is a female bugbear. So typically bugbears are stealthy and cruel goblinoid creatures, and they tend to delight in spreading fear and tormenting victims.
Never mind.
Oftentimes, bugbears are the monsters who are considered to be lurking in the closet or hiding under the bed. So your peasant children would tell stories
Of bugbears.
Yeah, of bugbears under the bed. Most often they prey on remote farmsteads, and most of the time when a bugbear reveals their presence, they do so with like thumps and creaking floorboards. Definitely play on that menacing factor.
Okay.
Bread.
So what I was thinking.
Okay, so now I guess I designate it as my target.
Okie doke.
Okay.
That's
Let's
what I was
see.
thinking.
Can I do these speak common? You know?
So from Stheno didn't say that she shared
Oh.
specifically anything yet.
Stheno shares the information that it is a bugbear.
And bugbears do typically speak common.
Okay. I'm going to attempt to intimidate it.
Okay.
Get a +2 on that since it's my target.
All right, give me an intimidate action.
Maybe I was thinking furball. I think furbolgs
7.
are cute.
Oh, God.
It looks over towards Bread, and it seems to interpret you as the next satisfactory target.
Okay. Well,
And you got one more action.
I feel threatened by that, as anybody would, so I just attack it straight up with my short sword.
Okay.
You gotta poke it with the pokey?
So this is more what I was
Here,
thinking. I
take
thought it
this
was a
button.
furball.
Ooh. Maybe it's another button.
Furbolgs are cute.
Was someone
Even worse.
natural one?
Nope, I got a 2 though, so 9.
A 9 does not hit.
You don't say.
Pleasure doing business with you, Bread. Taffy.
Well, she was gonna try to make a case for it until it attacked both of her friends.
Technically,
It only attacked the one.
Well, okay. It set its eyes on Bread, and she's very partial to Bread.
She's not partial to Stheno.
Well, she is. Obviously, she
Stheno
just,
never
like,
called her a fax machine.
She.
I just recently re-listened to episode 2, guys.
That's fair. She did almost make a dude puke himself all day for you.
That's true.
But
What's Taffy got to do?
so Taffy is going to cast on this bugbear. How damaged does it look? Does it look pretty bad?
It is not yet bloodied.
Not
Oh,
yet
wow.
bloodied. Okay, we're gonna do magic missile.
All right.
All 3 hits.
Okay, doke.
And that hits, so...
Is that the ice one?
No, it's force missile.
Oh.
Here's my spell. Oh, there it is.
So 3 actions, right?
Yep, all 3
So
actions.
3d4 each one, or each one is a d4. You get 3 of them, and so each one is a d4 plus 1. Oh. Rolling, rolling all that damage.
Okay, so that's 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13 damage.
13 damage?
Yep.
It's not bad rolls on damage.
Nope. That was 2 4s and a 2.
So as you unleash 3 bolts of magical force, they catch in the gut, shoulders, and one kind of on the thigh of the creature. And it definitely looks like it's seen better days and is in a bloodied state.
Uh-huh.
Demos.
Okay, let's give it a stab with the rapier.
All right.
Might as well. 21.
21 hits.
6.
6 points of damage.
Yep.
It is still up, but it is looking severely bloodied.
It's not looking happy.
It is far from looking happy.
I'm going to cast shield on myself, and I think I want guidance on Stheno.
You see its eyes look back and forth between all of y'all seeing the assault, and you see just a determined look, a grim look of determination goes across its face as it looks at the one that it interprets as the weakest of you, which is Bread.
Oh.
Hey.
It's what happens when you critically fail your intimidation check, Bread.
Oh, that was a crit fail?
That was
Yeah.
a bad fail.
Oh, wow.
It thinks you're a loser.
Oh.
Bread, what is your AC? Because it moves over to attack you with its weapon.
But. Does it move through Stheno's attack of opportunity?
Well, Bread, it was right up over there, so not so much to be able to trigger the attack of opportunity. Bread had to move up into melee.
An 18
An 18?
against this guy.
It does not critical, but it hits you.
Aw. Bread, no!
And it deals to you a total of 7 damage
Oh.
with its sword, piercing into your thigh with it. And it is going to make an additional strike on you. And it, in trying to then pull the sword out from your leg, it ends up losing its own grip and has left the sword in your leg.
Oh, loser.
Well, what kind of sword is it?
It is a short sword.
Is it a fancy sword?
You have a short sword sticking out of your leg presently.
Oh no. Is that a free action to remove that?
That's an action to remove that.
Oh man.
Oh.
But Stheno, it is now your turn. It seems the bugbear in front of you has accidentally disarmed itself.
Poor choices.
You're telling me?
What? What?
You're telling me?
Okay, now she's rethinking killing this thing. It's got a sense of humor.
Don't just stab it.
She is going to try to intimidate it into telling her what the hell it's doing here.
All right.
I'm gonna give you this.
Medvic receives another shiny button. It's gonna be so good you get cricked later and you don't have enough to survive.
Aw, Medvic. You don't know how many buttons I have.
Oh, Medvic can count. The other one doesn't know. He'll have to ask later. But Medvic always knows.
18.
Let's see.
Wait. 19. Because guidance.
Guidance. So that is going to go against the DC value of the will save. And that is a success. So how do you want to intimidate this?
She's going to stomp towards it, holding her sword threateningly. What are you doing here?
It flinches back.
Answer me.
This is my home! You are invading my home!
I live here.
You come and you bring a sword into my fort, you break down my front door. How do you think I'm going to respond? This is a home invasion!
Aww.
No sad looks from little gnomelings are gonna help either.
Taffy.
Especially because this one stabbed me over here. I mean, this one looks like a pincushion. She points to Bread.
Oh yeah, I forgot she was female.
Can I make a persuasion check?
You got one more action.
One more action. I only used one action.
Okay, you've got 2 more actions.
Okay. You know what? Stheno is going to... Because Taffy really seems to want to kind of persuade this and leave this one alive. Stheno's going to ready an action to attack her if she goes for another one of the party members.
Okay.
So she's just going to hold that action.
Bread, you have a short sword sticking out of your leg. It's your turn.
He's gonna pull out the short sword from his leg.
Short sword?
Do you have the medicine skill?
No, I assume somebody else will.
Do you need the medicine skill to remove a sword from your leg?
To not have it do a point of damage.
Oh.
Oh, I'm fine with the damage.
All right, take a point as you remove it.
And I'm gonna twin take down this bitch.
Brett.
All right, so 1 action to remove the sword, and then you're going to do 2 strikes against it.
That's a 20.
Hits.
You were worried about Stheno killing her.
I
That is
know.
a 17.
Hits.
Oh.
Brett, Zach, is this the first time Brett has hit both times?
It may be.
8 damage.
And so that's with your short sword and axe, right?
No, that's with my short sword and her short sword.
Oh!
The disrespect!
You come into my home, you break in, and then you knock me to death with my own sword.
And then with both swords in a parallel motion, you cut across the chest of the bugbear, and it falls over, and it is beginning to bleed out.
Fix it!
Do with it what you will.
I guess I can I could stabilize it for poor Taffy here, but Taffy, you go first.
Taffy, what would you like to do?
Do you have a stabilizing thing?
No.
Brett, I'm proud of you.
Why?
Use nature.
You finally did a double move.
Nature to...
Stabilize.
Nope, that's medicine check.
Oh, nope. Then I don't have a way to stabilize.
Demos.
You gonna use your healer kit?
Yep, I'm just going to try my healer's kit. 11.
An 11 does not stabilize because you will be doing it kind of like a treat wounds type of skill.
Sorry.
Well, by Gorham's thumb, don't you know how to use that?
Not really.
Well, that's one death.
However, I should I'll also use an action to try to help Red. 11.
Oh my gosh.
So the one thing to remember is, so the treat wounds ability is like a 10-minute sort of ability, and I don't believe you have combat medic, right?
Oh, that's true.
So
Are we still in combat?
well, this
think-
bugbear could bleed out very quickly unless someone is able to
I
stabilize
see
them.
what you're saying.
And so it is generally a hard DC, so a DC 20 check to do a stabilized while in combat scenario.
Okay.
Unless, of course, you want to utilize a spell or cantrip to do so. So if you have like a stabilized spell, that would immediately take them from their present condition, because they are now at dying 2 at the start of their turn.
Oh.
You do have soothe.
Excuse me.
Yeah, but it's a bugbear.
Stheno, do you want to do anything?
What's Stheno gonna do?
Brad, do you want to finish it off?
No.
Taffy,
I
you're
don't have
seeing
anything
you're
to
seeing
do.
the life drain out from it.
I don't.
As Taffy the Invader, having assaulted it with 3 force missiles.
She's gonna step over the body and go into the fort.
So you're going to start looking around?
She doesn't. She has nothing else she can do. She's looking for kids. Oh, sorry. She's got nothing else she can do at this point. She can't save it, so
She's
maybe
looking for bugbear babies.
she's looking for bugbear babies to see if she's got a family or something that Taffy's gonna feel indebted to.
All right, Damos. So this will be the clincher. Spell or no spell?
I'll use a spell.
What spell you want to use?
I'm using Soothe
So you want to use Soothe to bring it up?
to
That's the bugbear's
stabilize if
fur.
possible.
You gonna pet her titties?
Whoa.
Okay, so we can say fuck on this podcast. I can't say the word titties.
I just imagined Deimos
Inappropriate.
stroking bugbear titties. That was weird.
12.
I didn't mean for that to be full
12
mic.
HP?
Yeah.
So you begin playing on your instrument and you see the face begin to gain a little bit of color as the magic seeps in, and the bugbear is now stable and sitting at 12 HP. These 2 long wounds across her sternum from the slashes that Bread gave her.
We should tie her up, though. For real. Because she's just going to attack us again.
Yeah.
Missed that chance.
Yeah, timing on that was a little off.
Well, I'm still in her home.
And so
But she's disarmed, so...
so prone, on the ground.
I still see both arms.
I mean, we didn't do her like Calmont, so...
Calmoner.
Calmoner, yeah.
Oh, my, well, I thought I was a goner there. Oh. Looks like I should have been a goner there. Oh God, what are you going to do to me now?
Let you sit. Calm
Did
down.
you think we brought you back just to torture you?
Maybe? Wouldn't be
No.
the first time.
Is this a
Taffy?
common occurrence for you?
There's a reason I live alone.
How many times have you
Oh,
felt
it's
the sweet
dark.
caress of death?
Taffy, hearing that she said that she lives alone, is still gonna look around.
This would be the 3rd time.
You rolled to see how many times.
Poor choices.
Oh. It's okay. It's okay, little bugbear.
Do I see anything in the, like, fort that she built out of the beds?
Give me a quick perception.
20.
So as you're kind of quickly looting around in there,
Cursory looking around.
so the fort makes kind of a smaller private chamber. Inside of it, you see that there's mostly, it looks like this bugbear was organizing their hunting efforts, and you see what appear to be bits of small game, things that it was saving for eating later, kind of queued up as though that they were doing their meal planning for the day.
Cute.
And you don't notice anything that you would typically consider valuables in there.
I don't want to take her stuff.
I'm gonna ask her what she's actually... Why is she living in this building? How'd she get in here?
Well, I went through the front door. It was open. And then I blocked the entrance to Joe barged in here, and I locked this one over here, and I have a nice safe space. It's dry. The decor is, well, it's hell nighty.
Of course. It's wonderful.
But the space is huge. It's like my own castle. I guess,
Okay, we're
well, it
trying...
was my own castle.
Stheno's going to... How short are bugbears?
So bugbears are considered medium-sized creatures, but they're a bit shorter than humans.
Is she down on her... is she sitting?
She is still presently on her back. She is not... She sees the look coming from Bread, and especially while he's still holding her short sword, and has not deigned to get up yet.
Stheno's going to offer her a hand to help her back up.
She tentatively takes it.
It's very strong.
The grip from both is pretty substantial.
Cool. So Stheno's going to help her back up. We're clearing out the castle currently. You can stay, but we do need to get through the other door.
Give me a diplomacy check.
I would like to assist. Actually, oh wait.
Nat
That's a
20,
plus
25.
2 for me.
Plus 2,
27.
27.
Wait, you mean I can stay?
I mean,
It's
There's
a
some
random
rules.
room. You can have it.
There are some rules.
Rules?
Just don't attack us, really. And don't get in our way. Don't hurt anybody unless, they attack you first. Those are pretty much it.
Can I talk them into attacking me first and then kill them?
I would prefer that you didn't, but if they're dumb enough to fall for it,
we don't blame you.
It depends on how annoying they are.
My definition of annoying or your definition of annoying?
How do you know we don't have the same definition of annoying?
I like you.
I mean, with a diplomacy of 27, I should hope so. I think everybody felt like a +5 approves of Stheno modifier go on there.
We'll be clearing out the basement for the goblins to come back.
How?
You'll leave the goblins alone, correct?
Taffy's just
Do I get my sword back if I leave them?
Bread?
He walks over to the bugbear, points the sword at her, and then flips it in the air, grabs it by the blade, and just
Oh,
hands her
ow.
the hilt.
Fancy.
You deserve damage for that.
No, we do.
No, that was creative.
Caught it
That
by
was
the blade.
Clever.
People do that all
Jules,
the
you
time.
hand me scissors blade first all the time.
Give me a quick athletics check.
You could just be nice. Oh, okay.
What's that, a 20?
22.
So as you flip it around, it does this little twirly bit as it goes through, and you catch it perfectly by the blade and earn yourself a hero button back, because
Ooh.
Medvik really liked the spinny top of it.
I think Stheno should get a hero button too for essentially sweet talking the bugbear.
I can concur with that.
Stheno just likes tiny things. Except gnomes.
Oh,
No.
halflings are gross. I can understand that. Well, okay. Taffy's estimation of halflings in general has gone down because of that store clerk, but specifically,
The store clerk, not Calmont.
Or
The
no,
store
sorry.
clerk.
yeah, well, both of them have kind of proven her point as far as like, wow, sometimes they can be terrible people. She'll still give everybody a benefit of a chance except for those two.
What is your name?
My name is Yoljetta. Actually, it's Yoletcha.
You'll
You spell that?
Yoletcha. Yoletcha.
Yoletcha.
Yoletcha. And you'll let you know exactly all the valuables in this room, too. I couldn't resist.
Oh, you will let us know, huh?
As compensation for her life and guaranteed residence in the castle, she does show you a few of the things that she's been hiding in the area. And y'all can quickly see that y'all have found she has stored away a lesser Tanglefoot bag,
Ooh.
as well as a lesser flask of bottled lightning.
Ooh.
She's a bit hesitant to show you her hidden minor healing potion, but she offers it up to you for her life.
I think we should let her have that. Is she
Yeah.
full health?
No.
I think we should let her have that.
She can keep it.
Okay. She seems highly appreciative. And it looks like you've also...
What?
Just the look. You're like, damn it, that was a healing potion.
Well, I'm just... Sometimes we have such low HP, and I'm fairly concerned.
We'll be okay.
And it looks like in one of the other chambers, there was hidden a wolf fang talisman as well.
Ooh. What does that do, Chris?
So a wolf fang talisman is a consumable. So this is a wolf canine bound in a strip of leather tied to a buckle or strap for a suit of armor. And so you can affix this to your armor. And when you activate it, you deal bludgeoning damage equal to your strength modifier to a target that you trip. So if your trip would already deal physical damage that doesn't include an ability modifier, you get to add your modifier to damage. So whenever someone fails a critical trip, and so not the person but the one who's getting tripped, critically fails, they actually take 1d6 bludgeoning damage. Now this one means that whenever someone gets stripped from your armor while you have the fang attached, and it is a consumable, so it ends up getting consumed after one use, but that person will then take your strength damage for it
Is it the 1d6 plus strength?
Yeah.
when it is a critical failure. Yes.
Okay.
So the Wolfang talisman is adding your strength modifier in to any trips that you perform for that one time. And so you have to successfully trip a foe, and you do have to activate it. So it's not like the first time I trip a person. It is your reaction for the turn to be able to activate it.
Okay.
or excuse me, it is a triggered free action. So it does not consume your reaction, but if you do a trip, you'll have the ability to activate it. Action economy. But that is what the wolf fang does. And so Yolecha is very pleased to have her life intact. She wasn't expecting to get mercilessly cut down by 4 adventurers in a home invasion and then present all of her accumulated valuables from her little treasure trove as saving for her life, but she knows what's going on. If she can still live here, she now has to pay rent.
So Taffy's gonna dig into her bag, like, around Luna and, like, grab, like, a blanket and hand it to the bugbear, too, because, like, looking around, it looked pretty spare inside her little fort.
Okay.
So Taffy has less one blanket.
Is there anything special about the blanket?
No, just she wants her to be warm and safe.
It's a warm blanket. Who's gonna turn that down? It's a perfect Christmas present.
Mm-hmm.
There's a look of bewilderment that goes across its face first. Give me a quick diplomacy.
Can I get assistance?
Yep.
Okay. Who wants to assist you?
I'll assist.
All right.
So my diplomacy plus my roll is 9 plus 2, right?
11.
So
11.
you kind of hand it a little bit awkwardly over to it, and you could tell that Yolecha was not expecting to be given anything and was not prepared for that, and she's like, "You mean I can just have it?"
She's
Yeah.
being kind.
Yeah.
Kindness.
If you're gonna live here, I want to make sure you're healthy and safe.
Is this what compassion feels like?
I think so.
Wouldn't know.
That's fucking strange.
Does this mean we're friends?
Does this mean we're friends?
You can call me Taffy.
You can call me Yolecha. Yolecha call you Taffy.
I like you. You're funny.
So from this, aside from the, I want to say northern, but yeah, so y'all came into this room from the northern door, and there's a little bit of hallway that y'all come down that's about 10 foot wide till you got to the forts. You see that to the east is a set of double doors that look like they are to the external world, so they're heavily fortified style doors, and they've got a big crossbar across the front of those. You see that there's a series of small doors leading to private chambers, and so about 20 foot into the room, there's one door heading out to the west, and then around a corner, through a little small hallway, there's a second door that's not one of the small rooms that's also leading to the west. And so as you come down heading south, there was one door to the right. Y'all haven't been in, y'all don't believe you've been in that room yet. Then you see that there's the open small doors that are kind of spread around. And then around a corner, down a little bitty hall that's part of the main room apparatus, is one more that y'all have not been in yet.
Stheno wants to check the small doors. You know, the small rooms.
Yes, Yolecha was going into the small rooms and showing you where all of that material was.
Oh, okay. Okay. Then what is that door to the right?
So,
Should I have somebody check for traps?
do you want to?
Demos.
Yes. That's a thievery?
Yes.
15.
The door does not appear to be trapped. It doesn't even appear to be locked.
We open the door.
So as you open the door, you're actually greeted with a familiar sight. It seems as though this door enters into the drill auditorium that y'all explored before going to go deal with the Growlodon. So
Okay.
here you see there's the bench
The one that's
seating,
covered in the
podium.
little sigils for the Order of the Nail.
Yes. Y'all did pick up one of those, but from what you can tell, there's still a few of them that are scattered about.
She already has one. She doesn't need another.
You do know that the sigils are typically considered revered by most Hell Knights.
I'll pick one up.
I'll help.
In fact,
Stheno's gonna pick them
I'll
up.
help Stheno pick them up.
Does Bread step on one?
No.
No?
No, he's good.
He's just sitting there eating cheese. I just imagine he's always got food on him.
He does.
So, like, consistently he's just, like, walking around and snacking.
He either has food or he's thinking about food.
Those Bread's motivations.
so in this room, including the door that y'all just entered into, you see that there are a total of 5 doors. Now you know the one you've just entered, and 2 you're familiar with, because those are the doors that go towards the courtyard area as well as around the hallway section. But 2 doors you don't know. Both of them are leading west. One is further to the north, and one is right across from y'all's entrance into the room this time.
I go for that one. The one right across the hall right across from the room from where we're at.
Okie dokie, you just open it up.
No. I will go up to it. I'll poke at the door. And then I'll turn to Bread and say, can you get this for me, please?
Just open it.
Well, I mean, check for traps and stuff.
All right.
I got stabbed a lot already.
Sure.
She's finally thinking with her head.
Give me a perception check, Fred.
A perception check? Okay.
Yep.
Natural 20.
It's not a door, it's a mimic.
26.
Oh, God. Poking it, it clomps down on my arm. Ah!
From what you can tell, this is a well-used door. It appears to be unlocked and untrapped.
I open the door. Wait, do you tell me that?
Oh, yeah.
Okay, I open the door.
So you open the door, and you enter into a long room that has rows of long, slender dining tables fit into skewed rows throughout the room.
I check the ceiling.
There are broken chairs scattered throughout the chamber, and the
Remember
entire
the
room
wondering
has
with
an
the
air of
giant bat.
disuse and disarray. Give me a perception check.
God damn it.
I'll go in behind her. Can I also do a perception check?
Yes, you can.
On the ceiling?
7.
That's a 14.
I got a natural 20.
So as y'all pile into the room, you can tell that it looks like this was just the place where rank and file Hell Knights likely took their meals, but it has been looted nearly beyond recognition. In fact, you think one of the benches might have been drug across here into Yolchetta's room, or Yolecha's room.
So nothing on the ceiling then?
No, it is a bare ceiling.
Bears on the ceiling. Ceiling bears. Watch out.
Better than drop bears.
Spider bear.
Those are the worst.
Spider bears.
One of these days, we're
Ceiling
going to have a
bears.
spider bear, and we'll be like, Spider bear, Spider bear, doing everything a spider bear does. Claws and teeth, fangs and webs. Here comes a spider bear. Oh yeah, killing them with a spider bear. Kill him with a spider bear. One little, 2 little, 3 little buttons, 4 little, 5 little, 6 bloody buttons, 7, 8. All my little buttons, lovely clinkety button hoard. I love getting so many buttons back, but that damn mouse is being stingy. He doesn't spend his buttons. Maybe I should make sure he has a good reason to give Medvic back his buttons, yes? No need to take, but only give him good reason. Good reason to give me his buttons. Maybe I give others good reason to take for me. Maybe his family in Andoran would love to know who he's been traveling with. maybe Demos then no longer be so stingy, yes? It is so much better to give and receive, no?